Well, welcome back to the channel, guys. I thought today would be a good day to kind of do a little update on things. I've just been kind of slowly chugging along here on the different projects. I just watched my previous video that I have posted, so I kind of have an idea what what I was at that point a couple months ago and where I'm at now. When we last saw this truck, it was in the shop, in the big shop over there, and I was getting ready to get it running. And it pretty much went pretty much without issue. The only issue I had was an issue I caused myself. I was trying to start it. It's so dark in here. I don't know what's picking up on camera or not. But the ECU, I was just trying to be sloppy about it, and I had it sitting up against the firewall. I did not have the screws in it, so I figured it just needs to touch ground and it's okay. Well, that caused a whole mess of problems, and it was after watching a couple different videos, one by Dead Dodge Garage, and then another one by Scanner Danner, both related to the Mopar Ignition System, that I realized, and I think it was specifically Dead Dodge's Garage. He pointed out if you don't put the bolts in there, you'll have problems. And I've could have swerved in the past. I've gotten away with just laying that like on like an inner fender, and it was okay. But as soon as I put the bolts in, bolted it up tight to where it's supposed to go, my issues went away. And if I think about it, I'm gonna put links to both those videos down in the description, because both those videos were very helpful. I'd say if you're really technical, Scanner Danner's video is a little better from a technical point of view. But if you just want a quick and dirty, Dead Dodge Garage's video is the way to go too. Other than that, that's pretty much all I've done to this truck. We got it running. We got it over here into this garage out of the way. We still got a lot of cleanup to do with the wires. In fact, before I even try this thing, there's a lot of wires I want to replace. The carb is basically just bolted on and just tweaked a little bit to get it to idle. We have it backed all the way out on the idle screw over here, and it's idling about 12 to 1300 RPM. What I think the issue is it probably needs, I need to open it up and adjust the floats in there. I do believe these carbs say they're bolt on, ready to go, but in my experience, I think every one I've ever had brand new, you've always had to pop the top and adjust the floats on them to set them where they should be. But other than that, it ran pretty good. It basically wanted to kick right off, and we were way out on the timing. I rediscovered I have a leak problem on the transmission where the dipstick tube goes in there, which I knew about that from when I bought it, because it was leaking then, and I had forgotten all about it because it had leaked out to the point where it wasn't leaking no more. So then, of course, I filled it, and it just all leaked back out again. So I think the first thing I need to do when I get this back over in the other shop is we're going to fix that issue so it stops leaking all over the dang place. And I also need to flush that transmission. Another issue that the previous owner told me about is he was power washing this, and he believes he got water down in that pan, which I wish I would have remembered that before I started driving and pushing fluid around in there. I'm hoping I didn't hurt anything, but either way, this transmission I was probably going to rebuild at some point anyways, especially when I got getting around to making this like a daily driver. Now the big shop is right there, so I didn't drive it more than 50 feet to get it over here, so. And we'll have to drive it 50 feet to get it back. So hopefully, I really hate to work over here in this dark, dungy, small little space. But maybe I should flush that before I take it back over there. I don't know. We'll have to see. So let's head back over to the big shop. And we'll see what's going on over there. Actually, before we go there, I'll show you one other thing. I don't know if you guys can hear this or not, because I'm always amazed by what these microphones pick up and don't pick up. It probably sounded like a robot was running in the background. I recently purchased myself a 3D printer. I got the Bamboo Labs P1P. Now, I guess we'll do a little review on this. I've used this for about a month now, and I can confidently make some claims about this. Now, if you're in the market to pick up a 3D printer, this is a printer you're gonna see either people bash the hell out of it or people praise the heck out of it. There's kind of no middle ground with this particular printer. But what I had noticed most was the people who were like print farming and making like more machine type parts with it praised it, where the artsy fartsy crowd hated it, and the cosplayer types hated it too, which is kind of what led me to go this route, because most of the stuff I'm going to print on this is going to be utilitarian in nature. I'm not a cosplayer, I'm not artsy fartsy, I'm not a sculptor, so I really don't need a machine that does any of that. As you can see, this is what I'm actually printing out right now. More of these things. This is like a little bin system I have come up with to organize stuff. I'm printing 3 more of this size, printing 1 more of the bigger size. So yeah, we can stop in the other shop and I'll show you how this all works. Okay, we're over here in the wood shop. This is the smaller shop you can sometimes see in the background of some of my videos. What I have here is just kind of a junk drawer. And I had these, I think they're a Harbor Freight. I had them in my toolbox at one point, but I got kind of sick of them because these are U.S. General brand, and I believe I bought them as a set, if I remember right. Maybe not. I don't know. I've had these for quite a while, but under no reasonable circumstances do they fit perfectly in U.S. General toolboxes. So I eventually abandoned these and went with something else, and I kind of got sick of them here too, because they don't even take. This is a fairly decent sized drawer. As you can see, I even cut these down on the table saw to make them fit a little bit better in here. There's just a lot of waste of space, so I decided to come up with my own little bin design. This is basically I started off making them a little thicker, so these newer ones that I've been printing, I think 3/32 is what the wall thickness is, where this is 3/16. Believe it or not, it really didn't change the amount of material that was used. I think, because this is the same thing as that, this used up about 33 meters of plastic, and just limit it down that much. It's only using like 30 millimeters or 30 meters now. So I guess in the long haul, when I get this drill filled up with all these little bins, I guess it will save me in the long haul, but I'm basically gonna, because this size takes like 2 hours to print, so that what's printing there right now, there's 3 of this size and 1 of that size. I think it said it was gonna take like 8 hours. So I'm eventually gonna print up enough to fill up this whole drawer and get rid of these Harbor Freight ones. I don't know what I'm just gonna toss them or use them for something else. I haven't quite decided yet. Some of the other things I've made is I made this screwdriver holder, so all my screwdrivers are quick access now. I designed this little clip to hold hammers. I have a few more holders I gotta design and make it. I would like to come up with something where my utility knife kind of goes into it and it kind of holsters it, because I use my utility knife fairly often. I like to have my pliers up and out of there because I use them fairly often. I think some of this other probably make something that will hold the chisels too. Other than that, I can find maybe a different drawer for the rest of the tools that I don't use so much. Then I can use this drawer for something else. But that's just some of the fun stuff I've been messing around with my 3D printer. Let's go over to the auto shop. Okay, now we're back to the meat and potatoes of this channel here. Mopar stuff. As you can see, I completely got this parts truck I bought completely tore down. I just have a couple things left to pull on this. I started pulling this and I kinked it a little bit, but not too bad. And I kind of realized how I was doing it was not working. I've pulled these 2 or 3 times in the past, and I've never had a problem with kinking it. And now, for some reason, on this truck, because I want to save this and resell this to get some of my money back, it's coming off hard as heck, and I don't really know why. This is a nice clean gutter. There's no shit built up into it like some of them are, but it's kind of being a pain in the tuchus. So I think I'm gonna have to get like a can opener, and that's the reason why this hasn't gotten done yet, because I need to find a old school can opener, put the tape around it, and kind of pry it up that way. Normally, what I've done in the past is I just kind of take a block of wood and a rubber mallet, and I just kind of tap it in around like this and work it around, and it's fine. It comes off pretty good. And then once you get to the pillars here, this is where it kind of screws you a little bit. Then kind of once you get around the corner, like the front pieces have always come off easy for me. It's kind of like this round part, well, and that one too, kind of locks it all in there, and kind of what holds it really good. Or at least from my experience in other trims that I've taken off before. But this time it just wants to fight me for whatever reason. Like I said, because I want that to be good so I can sell it, and it is what it is, I guess. That I think I'm gonna end up cutting it up for to fix my bed. Mine's a short bed. This is a long bed, but I basically need like a piece like that to fix the bottom edge of it. And I kind of toying with the idea. There's a lot of holes in my bed. Maybe cutting I don't know. That seems like a lot of fucking work for a truck, to tell you the truth. I don't know. In one way, shape, or form, I think I'm gonna cut a bunch of stuff off here that I think may be useful for that other truck, or maybe useful to me in future projects that I don't even own yet. Then I'm just gonna scrap the rest, because I don't think I could sell this bed otherwise. No one's gonna pay for a bed that's rotted out like that. I don't think they make well, maybe they do. I guess, to tell you the truth, I haven't even really looked if they make patch panels for that or not. And what I'm kind of finding out here, as I've parted out this truck and that Ram Charger, is in where I'm living at right here, there's not a lot of guys who do body work. It seems like this is junk to most people. No one's gonna take the time to fix this. It's not like where you see all these guys on YouTube and everybody's fixing everything and making it perfect. That's definitely not how it is here in my area. I would kind of like to be a person like that, but I don't have a truck, a long bed for that to go on, so otherwise I just put it back in the woods for a while. But that's not even a good solution either, because then the woods grow up around it and it just keeps on rotting anyhow. So that's why I'm gonna cut off what I need, plus maybe more that might be useful to me down the road. Then that can go to the scrap pile. I think I'm gonna do the same for this cab. Now, in my previous video, what my original thought is I was gonna put this cab on that truck for the short term, just to get that truck running. But what I found as I took this truck apart is the front mount cab to the frame is completely disintegrated here, along with the floor and everything else in this area. The same is true for that front support area. The only thing that would be holding this truck to that frame would be the two back bolts, and that was too sketchy for me. And sure, I probably could have fixed this good enough to make it work, but that's still a lot of work to put into a cab that's only temporary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have to wait till I can get around fixing that cab. Because to recap what's wrong with that cab, it's basically the same thing that's going on up here, except on that cab, it's holes all the way through. That's why it would have been nice to just put this cab on there. I could have run it like a year or two before I could get around the fixing that. Now, luckily, I sold a bunch of stuff off this truck already. I sold the chassis. I didn't think I was going to be able to sell it, but it sold within 2-3 weeks. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't even that long, maybe 1 to 2 weeks. But I only sold it for $200. I purposely put a low price on it just because it was, I think there was another, I think there was 2 other chassis for sale in my area, 2-wheel drive chassis. And one was going for like about $500-600, and the other was going for like $1,400. But they had like an engine and everything, and it was basically just missing the body to that truck. But even that's overpriced for around here for a 2-wheel drive chassis. So that's why I put $200 on it to make it move, because I'd probably only get about I have no idea what scrap price is right now. Could I have gotten like 150 for that chassis? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the price of scrap is right now. One thing that did kind of sketch me out, this guy was supposed to bring some tires to put on it because I wanted to keep the wheels and tires that were on it. Of course, he brings me something it's 4-inch, it's 4-on-5, so we couldn't. So I had to let him take those tires, and these are his. So he's supposed to come back tomorrow. We'll see. I mean, I guess these tires aren't in too bad a shape. It's not like I'm being completely screwed if he does screw me over. It's just I have nothing that would even fit a 4x5 or 5-on-4, however you would say that. Bolt spacing. That's almost like a car space. I don't even know what this is off of. They're truck tires, but it's yeah, I don't know. So hopefully I'll be getting my cyclones back tomorrow. He'll take these. He bought a bunch of other random stuff I had. I think he would have bought all half of my junk in here if I would have let him, but a lot of this I need for my own trucks. He was interested in the bumpers I took off of this truck, but I need those bumpers for my trucks. So I had these bumpers. This is actually the front and the rear bumper off of that Ram Charger I parted out. And this is actually the front bumper that came with the good Ram Charger. Sitting out here under the tarp. So I went through my pile of bumpers, and I kept what I need for my trucks. Plus this heavy one back here. The only reason why this didn't go up here is because this thing weighs like 300 pounds, it seems like. So I got what I need for my trucks, and this is what I don't need. And I don't know if he said he was interested in these or not. I don't think these are as nice as the ones that he saw that he wanted, which is fair. And then I think he's going to take one of these extra windshields I have. I think he was interested in some doors, but I really don't know which doors I want to keep yet. So I'm not selling any of the doors yet. And then I just got to go through a lot of this other stuff. Like I have so many dash bezels now. I need to go through. I really only need 2. Keep the 2 best ones. Maybe I'll keep 3 just in case I break one. Sometimes this old plastic, it's really brittle at times. I have a shit ton of like front grills. Well, there's the stack of trim pieces. So I kind of need to go through that and keep the 2, maybe 3, just to have an extra set. Kind of skim down all these extra parts that I'm not ever gonna really need here. Let's see, we're getting into August here pretty soon. The next week here, the Mopar swap meet. I think it's the end of October, I think, because a lot of this stuff won't sell good on Marketplace. As you can hear all the road noise going by, they're they're doing like major road construction here in my area. About every major road that goes north and south in my county here, they have blocked off for road construction. So that leaves about my road the only road left open for traffic to go by to get through. So that's why I have the doors closed, and so it'd be nice to get some light in here for making the video here, but at least with the doors closed, it kind of keeps the amount of noise it just picks up to a little bit of a minimum. But I want to kind of keep this update short. I'm sure it won't be by the time I edit all the pieces together. I have somebody coming today to get this transmission. I'm just selling it for like 25 bucks. It's not really a desirable transmission, at least not for trucks anyways. I don't even know what the guy's going to use it for. He might be maybe an A body, I don't know. It's a A999 or whatever it's called, like a newer version of a 904. I got this 318 up there for sale. I really haven't had anyone even interested in it, which is a shame. I'd like to get that out of the way. I need to kind of clean this up so I can get that truck back over here. I'm kind of itching to actually work on one of my own projects instead of parting out other vehicles for it. So I'll talk to you guys later, and maybe the next time I roll the camera, I'll have that truck back in here. Maybe we'll be actually doing something to it. I'll talk to you guys later.